Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm making this video. Got some company here. But we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about happiness today. What I think about happiness. So, there's inner directed happiness and there's outward directed happiness. Now, outward directed happiness is, in my opinion, very conditional. I'm happy if I go to the club and I get bottle service and I get VIP and all the hot girls come and sit at my table and I feel like a big shot. I feel like like a badass because I've got the hottest bitches in the club because I paid the most amount of money to get whatever, bottle service and security and all that. Or I'm gonna be happy when I have this certain car and I pull up to the restaurant and I get out of this Lamborghini and everyone's looking at me and I look like a big shot. Again, nothing wrong with going to the club, getting VIP. Nothing wrong having a Lamborghini. All that stuff's great. You can have really good times with doing those activities. But you know, they're transitory. You know, you're at the club, you're there for a few hours, and eventually, you know, you come back to reality. Again, nothing wrong with any of those activities, but it's needing those activities as a condition to be happy or content, I think is a problem. Because it's really the striving for those things that keep people going. You know, it's the striving of, you know, when I get whatever thing that I think is going to make me happy, I'll be okay. And then when we get those things, you know, we're happy for a little while until we realize that we have to go and chase it again. You know, we have to go chase the girls again. We have to go chase a bigger, faster, nicer, more expensive car again. Whatever it is that we think we need, right? And so the attainment of these goals only really makes us happy for a very short amount of time. And when we reminisce about these, you know, we oftentimes have a longing to experience whatever we experienced that we believe gave us so much joy. You know, we've all had certain girls that we've hooked up with, and the sex was so fucking good. You know, like it was just amazing, and you talk about it as if it was just some sort of a soul transcending experience. You know, I mean, I remember I used to do that a lot. I'll never forget. I used to always tell the story. I was in Long Beach, California. This was maybe 10 years ago. And I was with my friend, this kid Alden. He had moved out there, so I went out and visited him. We're at the beach. There was some volleyball tournament, and you know, I lost him. We were in a crowd of people, and he was. We were both stoned, and he walked ahead, and we just kind of lost each other. And I turn around and I bump into this gorgeous blonde Swedish girl. Turned out she was a professional volleyball player. She immediately grabs me, starts making out with me, starts grabbing my dick. I'm like, whoa, it's a little fast. We went into the car. I started fingering her. She started blowing me. And I'll never forget, I was driving up from Long Beach to Amorosa Beach. It was like a 45-minute drive. I'm in like an Audi Q7 because she was drunk and I was driving her car for her. And I remember I'm smoking a joint. I'm getting the best roadhead I've ever got. I'm 26 years old. I look up, she had this panoramic sunroof. And it was just this perfect, beautiful Southern California night. And I remember looking up and saying, God, if this is as good as it can get, I'm totally satisfied. And I mean, do I have joy looking back on those experiences? Sure, I've got many experiences like that. I absolutely do, but what I have found is that the need to try to replicate those experiences has really diminished in me as I've worked on myself and started to cultivate a lifestyle that's more where I find more meaning in doing certain things that I know that I need to do to become the man that I really want to be. You know, one of the big ones for me has been martial arts, or fitness, or diet, or abstaining from drugs, really cutting down on cigars, that, you know, and doing them, you know, in a very limited fashion, because I was addicted to them. Like there was a period where I was smoking cigars I was smoking a cigar almost every day, if not every day. And you know, that's not healthy. There's no way that that's healthy. But I was addicted, you know, reading books and studying and learning new skills, and putting myself in you know, self-induced difficulties to be stronger and more mentally resilient, right? And to be wiser and travel, and you know, it's just the daily tasks of recognizing things that I need to do on a daily basis, like keeping the house clean, doing the dishes every day, working out every day, going to jiu-jitsu every day, eating clean every day, drinking enough water, taking all my supplements, you know, reading every day, at least 25 pages a day, trying to, you know, meditate, cold showers. Like, if I can do all that, then the way I feel about myself is I respect myself a lot more. I like myself a lot more. And so the need, not to say that I don't want to, you know, get laid and all that, or go out and have a good time. I definitely enjoy those things, but I don't need them. I don't need them to feel alive. I enjoy them. Do they enhance my life? Absolutely. Do they create great memories like the one I just shared with you guys? Absolutely. But I don't have to go out on a Saturday night and go to the clubs and spend thousands of dollars and, you know, not get home until 4 or 5 in the morning, and, you know, just to feel important or feel validated or feel alive, right? Like I'm supposed to do this. I'm young. I'm supposed to go out and. I don't think that that's. I think that when you have a greater goal, like fitness, this is why fitness is so important, because if you're really about your fitness, you understand that what you do the night before affects you the day after. You know, if I'm gonna go into the gym and do legs tomorrow, which I'm not, but like I already did. I did legs yesterday, but let's just say I was doing legs tomorrow, and I go out and get shit-faced with my friends and toot up a couple lines and, you know, chase coos all night. I'm gonna be fucked the next day. I'm not gonna be as effective. I'm not gonna be as strong. I'm gonna be as dehydrated. I'm probably gonna be hungover. I'm not gonna be as sharp mentally. And so, you know, to me, it's the healthier I am, the more energy I have, the more I'm able to deal with life and, you know, the vicissitudes of life that inevitably happen much more effectively, because I have a lot more energy, I have a lot more strength and vitality. I'm not wasting it on being out till 4 in the morning and drinking and smoking and doing drugs and or, you know, doing illegal things, and I've done getting into fights. Like, I've done all of those things, and I'm sure a lot of my viewers have done those things too. And I feel like it's those things happen when we're in a place where we have this outward directed or external need, externally motivated way of trying to find happiness. And I got to tell you, you know, some of the things, when I feel good about myself, just taking a walk with the dogs, a little 15, 20-minute walk with the dogs down the street, and looking at all the trees, and smelling the spring air, and enjoying the sunset, and enjoying the warm weather, and enjoying the fact that I feel healthy, that I feel strong, and I'm able to look throughout my day and say, yeah, you know, went to jiu-jitsu, went to the gym, did some cardio, jump rope 10 minutes, I read 25 pages of a difficult book, nonfiction, I made a YouTube video, I was accountable to all my clients, I was accountable to my dogs, I was accountable to myself, I made my bed in the morning, I took my cold shower, I meditated, you know, all my bills are paid on time, whatever. When I go down the list and I see I did the dishes, I did my laundry, I cleaned up, like whatever. Like when I go through the list and the more I see that, and then I'm able to look back and see, well, I'm 36 years old. I just turned 36 about a week and a half ago. But what was I like at 26? You know, how is my life different? How am I different? How is the way that I interact with my environment different? You know, so that's the thing. Like, you know, we measure where we're at based on where we were. You know, and I've always said that. You know, it's not being outward directed is a life that's full of comparison. You know, and again, since I've made a lot of videos, you know, who to me, just, and I'm not, again, this isn't about him, but just as an example, I think Wes Watson is someone who's very outwardly directed. You know, he likes to feel better than other people. I get up at 2:45 a.m. and I'm better than you, or I drive this car, I'm better than you. I make this amount of money, I'm better than you. don't see it that way. Not saying that, you know, look, some people think that way, that's fine, that's their right to think that way, but I think it's more about looking at your own journey, your own trajectory, your own history, and if you can see that you're doing a lot better than you were, then you should be happy with that. You know, we live in a world today that's fueled by this social media, which has created this anxiety in people of, you know, always looking at other people and comparing themselves, and what that does is it just makes people feel like they're not good enough. But the reality is that, you know, the only person that you need to impress is the one in the mirror. And that's by getting better every day. Never taking a day off. Trying to be the best you possibly can every fucking day. So that's all. I'm out.